Hi guys, how you doing today? Today's video is titled Alone in the Wilderness, but Never Without God. Alone in the wilderness, but never without God. There are battles people will never see. There are things that you endure that people won't even understand. Only those that are coming against you. There are seasons of wilderness that even you will not understand. These are moments in your life when you are surrounded by unknown forces, things coming against you, like I said, that you may not even understand. Well, I'm here to tell you that life sometimes, throws a monkey wrench uh, and things that you uh, things you want to accomplish or things that you didn't expect would happen to you. Yeah. There are certain attacks that come from the outside that you don't even understand. You probably say, how did this come about? Why did I have to be, chosen or targeted or, why me? Listen, let me tell you something. Everything in your life, everything around you has a reason. And there are some people who are pressed, they're relentless. And their job is to dismantle you, dismantle your peace, dismantle your identity, your relationship, your family, piece by piece. That's what they take joy in. Now, this video right now is for the ones who went through a lot of pain, but yet you survived something that you knew nothing about. And you have no idea how your survival came about. So I'm here to tell you in this video, right off the top, it was all by God's graces. It was all done by God. You were brought out alive because of God. You could not have went through this on your own. I'm here to tell you this. I want you to keep this scripture. It is 1 John 4, verse 4. And that is a scripture that you should keep and say to yourself every day. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Scripture is telling you what is trying to destroy you did not have the final say, because God is not finished with you. No evilness has authority over your life. No darkness has authority over your life. No enemy, no adversary, no one coming against you, plots and plans, has any authority over your life. Only God does. I want you to know a little something about myself if you're new to this channel. For a long time, I endured pressure that didn't feel like human. It felt like it was calculated. It felt like I was studied. It felt like everything that was coming against me was observed. My weakness was known. Everything, my pain, my self-esteem, what I was short of, what I lacked. It was all in a system that was well formulated. I came to believe once that the world had no mercy. These people had no mercy. They took joy in my pain, my peace. They attack my environment. They disrupt the people close to me, and even had them to turn against me because they were easily compromised. They stood on the other side of my pain. The same people, friends, and even some family. I was in a wilderness that no one saw. No one could understand except the ones that were coming against me. My life went silent for a good while. I was forced into isolation. I was alone in darkness. I couldn't even begin to explain to you how and the depths of the darkness that I was in. But I can tell you here today that in the midst of it all, God was present. God was with me. God was by my side. And during this time, there was a scripture that even though my faith wavered, I didn't want to pray, I didn't understand, which was all spiritual warfare coming towards me. But for some reason, I always turned back to Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. And it says that he will never leave me, nor will he forsaken me. So the scripture said he will never leave you nor forsaken you. But I used it for my own self. I also frequently went into the Bible and prayed Isaiah 41, verse 10. Fear not, for I am with you. I will strengthen you. I will help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Now, these were times in my life, the early part, that I grew up with a mother that was very religious, very Catholic, that prayed, she fasted, and she went into novenas. She followed the rites. But as you get older, you decide to take your own direction, which I did. The surroundings, I allowed the surroundings to swallow me up, meaning that I followed what the life that I wanted, the people who I entered, the areas where I was at. But for some reason, I always entailed us going to church, and I kept my Bible, but not as a daily reading, but I had scriptures that I like, and those were one of the two that I like. But I come to realize now that during all this time of my struggles, God was always speaking to me through those scriptures, through the ways that I maneuvered my life in faith, even though it was very little, but God was showing up for me. And he was telling me that even though I feel that I had nobody, that he was still there with me. And now I can look back of an expression, a Hebrew expression. And that Hebrew expression is when it's trying to explain about a deliverance. And the word is parsat. And I apologize, please don't come for me if I didn't say it right. And what it is, it's the idea of breaking open, bursting through what was holding you captive. And now I can really look at that Hebrew expression and understand it. That's what God did in my life. When doors were shut by people, and when it felt like systems were holding me down, when everything around me tried to contain me, I felt like my life was locked. God didn't just open doors. He didn't leave me in what I thought I was in. He opened those doors. He broke it open, let me say. And the story of my life also reminds me of the moment in 1 Samuel's when David was hiding out in caves. This was before David was king. He was hunted, he was misunderstood, rejected, he was forced into isolation. But that wilderness that David endured, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. See, God was building him in secret for what would later be seen in public. It may have looked as the end of David, or maybe that he would not receive the prophecy of what God ordained him for, but God made a way. And it may have seemed like it was no way, but he made a way. He opened doors. So let me tell you, My transformation that you see here today, you may not understand it. You just see a lady behind a screen, and that's just, speaking. And I appreciate you for giving me the time that you're even listening. But I'm here to tell you that I am a woman that has been transformed and is still being transformed. I went through times of isolation, which I come to understand now this was God training me. Not in comfort, but in pressure. Not in ease, but in endurance. I learned discipline that I've never thought that I would have learned. I learned to stand and to be resilient when everything in me wanted to fall and slowly give up, crawl into a hole and just don't exist anymore. God began to restore what was broken in me. Not all at once, but piece by piece, just as they tried to dismantle me piece by piece. So God did it one day at a time, or should I say day by day. You see, what the enemy meant for harm, God used it for good. The wilderness was not meant as a punishment, I've come to realize. It was preparation. Oh, indeed, they meant it for punishment. They meant it to end me. But God, He was building me in secret. And that's what the wilderness did in me. It was God building and hiding me, kept me hidden in the midst of the war that was going on against me. See, in that hidden place, God, He trained me. He taught me discipline through all the pressure and the chaos. He helped me to find my faith through silence. He strengthened me through endurance. I learned how to stand when everything around me was trying to break me. And even more that I don't have enough to explain. I want to tell you that as I stand here today speaking to you, giving you this speech, I am still a work in progress. But I am no longer who I was, where I was. In 2 Corinthians 4, verse 8 to 9, it is written, "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed." That was my life. Pressed, but not crushed. Targeted, but protected and guided by the hands of God. Now, I'm saying to you today, I'm speaking to you if you're watching or you know someone that is going through a hard time in their life. When I mean hard time, I'm not talking of, just minimum thing. And I'm not downing anybody that's going through. Everything is something that we should be concerned about. But there are some that really go through it. And when I mean go through it, they go through it. Now, if you have endured any part of what I have spoken, and maybe you're in the wilderness right now as you're watching this video, you're probably being pressed or forced into isolation, and nobody sees your struggle. And everyone that you may even try to speak to may feel like you're crazy. They don't see it, or they walk away, or they don't want to hear it, or they don't want to be a part of it. There is something like that. I want you to hear this, that even the relentless attempts that's coming against you, you're not alone. Not because you're watching this. Think about it. Everyone who went away from you, or everything that came against you, the chaos, the noise, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the deception. How did you think that you went about it? You know how many times you said that you're going to do this, you're going to quit? You went to the edge, and for some reason, you were pulled back. That was the hand of God. There's God saying to you that I still see you. That is God saying to you that I'm still with you. That is God saying to you that I am able to bring you out of the hell that you are, and you will stand alive and you will testify of how good I have been to you. What feels like delay, let me tell you, is God preparing you. And what tried to destroy you, this may be the very testimony that saves someone else's life. So I'm here to tell you that what I'm speaking right now are words of wisdom, words of endurance, and this is my testimony. I'm here today because simply God kept me. He kept me through the chaos. He kept me through the hurt, the wilderness, the lies, the deception, the silence. He kept me through everything that was meant to break me. God is the reason I am still here and I am still alive. And if He did it for me, He can do it for you. I want you to hear this. If He did it for me, He can do it for you. He can heal your pain. He can take you out of that wilderness. He can change your heart. He can change your mind. He can strengthen your faith. He can heal you of everything that is broken. That is God working. Now you see, that's the devil. That's an automatic alarm in a place that, but it's only here. But we're not going to let it bother us because we know that we're working with deception and characteristics that are, very sickening. But anyway, I want you to stay anchored, just like I stay anchored. This is nothing. This is minimum. Right now, they're kind of laid back, So stay anchored in God. Stay anchored in His word. Be led by His Spirit. And in Him, let me tell you, in God, you will find the strength that you need. You'll need, and He will provide in your time of weakness. God will give you peace in the middle of the chaos, in the middle of the alarm that's going off, that's showing you that everything in this place right here is under control, being monitored. It is the weekend, let me tell you, it is Sunday. But everything will go back to normal maybe on Monday. So God will give you clarity, that type of clarity, so that you can understand this is not just a momentary thing that just happened. This is just to get a reaction. But I'm telling you that I'm grateful that it happened because there are some of you that may be enduring something different. Noises through the walls, loud sounds, when you're about to do something that's positive to speak. Those are all the process of the adversary, the minions, the flying monkeys. So I want you to feel confident. And I want you to know that God is leading. He will direct you. He will protect you even in the midst of foolishness and mess. All you have to do is hold on to Him. He'll bring you through it. I want you to understand that today I stand with confidence and I say that I am a living, breathing, walking testimony of what God can do to someone who were pushed to the edge, but He held on and brought them back, renewed, restored, rebuilt. Oh my gosh, you have no idea of the mercy that God has given me to carry me. So I'm here to tell you, you can receive that same mercy and grace every day. You have to stay anchored and believe and trust in the presence and the power and the sovereignty of a God who created the heavens and the earth. A God who sacrificed that even His Son on the cross for you today. So I'm saying to you, as before I end this, welcome to this channel. This is a place of survival for the ones who endured in silence and for the ones who were pushed to the edge but did not fall. Here in this channel, we don't hide in the wilderness. We testify from it because survival is not the end of your story. It's the proof that God is with you. He's guiding you. He's protecting you. And He is still writing your story. Trust and believe that you have a sovereign God. He's the God that is the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last and the Lord of Lords. So I love you with the love of Christ, and I pray to see you on the next video. Bye.